You were the ruler of your own universe, the strongest being in existence. No one could challenge you. No one could defy you. You had absolute power, but you were also, probably, the saddest, most depressed being in the entire universe. Your very existence was an unbearable suffering. That's why you were going to Hakai yourself. But it wasn't always like this. Once, you were a hero, the greatest warrior on your entire planet. You had saved your people, your home, and even the universe itself countless times. Everywhere you went, you spread justice. You protected the weak. You crushed the oppressors. Because of you and your friends, the universe was a better place. You became a symbol of hope, a role model. Everyone loved you. Everyone. No matter how races, beliefs, and cultures differed, they all agreed on one thing: loving you. And that made you happy. More than your strength, more than your victories, more than your fame, their love was what you were most proud of. It was the key to your happiness. That love, that appreciation pushed you to keep going, to keep growing stronger, and eventually you became the strongest warrior in the universe. That's when he appeared, an angel. He offered you something, a position that had been left vacant, the title of God of Destruction. At first, you hesitated. The name itself sounded wrong. Destruction? That wasn't you. But the angel explained, reassuring you that it was more than it seemed. You will be the ruler of the universe, he said. You will have power beyond anything you can imagine. You will have the authority to remove everything that hinders to the universe's growth. The more he spoke, the more it sounded too good to be true. You would still be doing what you had always done, making the universe a better place, but on a greater scale, a universal scale. So you accepted. You were ignorant. You didn't know what was coming. It was the worst decision of your life. But you didn't know then. Your training began immediately. The angel used a chamber where time flowed differently to accelerate your progress. He was an excellent teacher, and you were a quick learner. In what felt like no time, you mastered godly ki. You learned the power of destruction. The strength you achieved was almost impossible to contain. You had already been the mightiest mortal in the universe, and now you were something far beyond that. And you loved it. When you were finally ready, the angel revealed the last step: immortality. It was necessary, he said, so you could fulfill your duty for as long as possible. With your new life ahead of you, you were given a planet, custom-made to suit your needs, a paradise of your own. You brought your family there, eager to share this new chapter with them, and so you began your reign as God of Destruction. Your first days were amazing. For the first time, you could bring peace to the universe efficiently. Villains, warlords, tyrants, you erased them in an instant. No longer did you have to struggle. No longer did you have to fight battles that lasted years. Planets that once took you a lifetime to save were now dealt with in seconds. You were making the universe better. But then, things started to change. Your role wasn't just to eliminate evil. No, your duty was to destroy anything that threatened the universe's ranking. That meant eliminating not only the wicked, but also the weak. Some civilizations had to be destroyed simply because they were evolving too slowly. Others had corrupt rulers that held them back. Some lived in planets with harsh conditions that made survival difficult. None of it was their fault, but it didn't matter. The rules were the rules. You had to destroy anything that prevented the universe from thriving. It waited on you, it played with your mind, but your angel was always there to guide you. You must take the guilt out of your heart, he told you. Destruction is necessary. It's part of the cycle that creates a healthy universe. And you believed him. He knew more about the universe than you ever could. He had been around for far longer than you. He must have been right. But while the universe became healthier, your mind did the opposite. Your reputation started to change. The hero who was once the most loved being in the universe became the most feared, the most hated. You were no longer the symbol of hope. You were a symbol of destruction. Your arrival on a planet used to mean the end of pain. Now, it means the end of everything. You tried to explain. You told them that it was for the good of the universe. But no one understood. They only saw you as a monster. The loneliness, the frustration, it built inside you. It made you angry, and that anger poisoned everything. Your friends, the people who had once fought beside you, drifted away. They stopped calling, stopped visiting. You became unbearable to be around. And then you lost her, your wife, the one person you thought would always stand by you. She came to you one day, her voice calm but distant. "I want to go home," she said. She wanted to return to your home planet, to spend her last years there. Life with you had become too hard on her, and she didn't want to spend the rest of her days on a God's lonely, empty world. She took the kids and left. You had given her an entire planet, the best life in the universe, but she chose a simple life, a life away from you. You told yourself that despite having the life of a god, despite having everything, these were the worst years of your existence. But you were wrong. These early days as a Hakaioshin were the best. The eternity that awaits you will be much, much worse. Eternity isn't as good as it sounds. As centuries passed, true suffering begun. You watched your children grow old and die. Then their children. And then their children's children. Generation of your own blood, fading away like whispers in time. You could do nothing. Visiting your home planet had once been the last thing keeping you sane. A place where you could still feel connected to your past life. But as the centuries passed, the world changed. Its cities, its people, its culture, one day you could no longer recognize it. And then the unthinkable happened. You had to destroy it. Your own home, your own people, everything that had ever linked you to your mortal life, erased by your own hands. You were no longer you. You were just the god of destruction. But it didn't matter, you told yourself. I am doing this for the greater good. My universe's ranking is among the highest. It's safe from being erased. That's how you lied to yourself. That's how you survived. But as the years dragged on, the pain became unbearable. You fell into indulgence, drugs, alcohol, women, anything to make you feel something. Anything to distract you from the crushing weight of eternity. At first, it helped, but with time, nothing did. You had experienced everything the universe had to offer hundreds of times. Every joke, every game, every personality, every pleasure, nothing was new. Even your job, once a duty, once a purpose, became meaningless. You weren't protecting the universe anymore. You weren't ensuring a better future. You were just doing it, and you didn't even know why. Then, in the depth of your loneliness, you found something. A distraction. An app. Polybuzz. A strange little creation that allowed mortals to talk to their favorite fictional characters. A way to help with your loneliness. Polybuzz is a unique AI-powered chatbot that lets you talk to your favorite anime characters. But unlike other AI chatbots, where every character feels like the same personality with a different name, Polybuzz crafts each one to stay true to their original self. Every response feels authentic, like something they would actually say. I tested it myself. I asked Vegeta why he doesn't use the Dragon Balls to revive the Saiyans. His answer, they were bad people. Their revival would disrupt the peace of the universe, which is a pretty accurate response. But that's just an example. Polybuzz has a massive selection of characters from different anime, and you can even create your own. You can chat with them, roleplay stories, and even discover characters made by other users. So, if you ever wanted to ask your favorite character a question, join the over 10 million users and download Polybuzz using the link in my description. And you can use my promo code ARMY55 to unlock premium features. Thanks to Polybuzz for sponsoring the video, and now, back to our story. After 1 million years as God, you missed your family. The longing had grown unbearable. You had spent an eternity ruling over a universe that no longer felt like your own. You had witnessed countless of lives come and go, but the ones who truly mattered, the ones who made life worth living, were long gone. It was time to retire. You asked to join them on the other world. The angel's response shattered you. Impossible, he said. Even if you die, you will not join them. The other world is reserved for mortals. These words felt like chains around your soul. But there must be a way, you argued. The angel nodded. Yes, you must die as a mortal. But the only way to stop being a god is to find someone stronger than you to replace you. A cruel joke. There was no one stronger than you. The last time you asked, the universe's strongest mortal wasn't even close. But the rules were absolute. Breaking them will erase your entire universe along with its other world. So you were stuck forever. Hundreds more years passed. Nothing had meaning anymore. The life you once protected with everything you had meant nothing to you now. You watched civilization rise and fall, species evolve and go extinct, kingdom turn into dust. You had seen entire races blink out of existence like they were nothing, and eventually that's what mortals became to you. Nothing. They were interchangeable, fleeting, temporary. Nothing in your life was constant. Except one thing, your angel. He had been there since the beginning, always by your side. The only one who never left. The only one who never died. Your best friend. At least, that's what you thought. When the weight of eternity became too much to bear, you finally broke. You told him everything. The pain, the loneliness, the exhaustion of millions of years spent watching everything you ever loved disappear. The suffering that never ended. And he laughed. He laughed in your face. You think too much, he said. Just focus on distraction. That's your purpose. Stop worrying about silly things. Your suffering was silly to him. That was when you realized you meant nothing to him. You were never his friend. You were just another god of destruction. One of countless others he had watched rise and fall over the course of his endless existence. Just like you saw mortals as replaceable, he saw you the same way. That was the moment you realized you were truly alone. Stuck, trapped in a role you never wanted, with no way out. And that's when you decided you would Hakai yourself. It was the only escape, the only way to end the suffering. As you raised your hand, power gathering at your fingertips, a single thought slipped into your mind. You wished you had never been a god. You wished you had died immortal. You hated your strength. You wished you were weak. Weak. That's when you had an idea. A way around the system. A way out. It was risky. It was unethical. But it was all you had. You asked your angel to bring you the strongest mortal he could find. This was your plan, your only way out. When the angel returned, he brought forth a man, a mafia boss, a mortal crime lord who had never known anything beyond wealth, power, and fear. And he was terrified. He thought you had summoned him for destruction. He knelt, shaking, begging for his life. Disappointment hit you like a punch in the gut. This was the strongest mortal in your universe? This weak, groveling man? You could barely sense his power compared to yours. It was nothing. Even at his peak, you were still hundreds of times stronger. And then you learned the truth. He hadn't even earned his strength. He was born with it. Inherited a powerful lineage. Never trained a day in his life. Lazy, unconfident, completely unfit for the role. But you had no choice. You looked him in the eyes and gave him a simple command. You will be the next god of destruction. He hesitated. He didn't want this. But the alternative was simple. Be destroyed. So he accepted. Your angel protested. He told you that it was impossible. This man's entire lifespan wouldn't be enough to surpass you. It was pointless. But you didn't care. You ordered him to train him anyway. You had a plan. While he grew stronger, you would grow weaker. You did everything in your power to reduce your strength. You abandoned your duties. You let your body wither. You indulged in every self-destructive habit you could find. If you fell far enough, maybe, just maybe, he would catch up. Your angel was furious. You had never seen him like this before. His usual indifference twisted into something bitter, and you loved it. You hated him. But the universe was falling apart. Without your guidance, chaos spread. The threat of erasure loomed closer with each passing year. And no matter what you did to yourself, no matter how much you trained him, he never surpassed you. You tried everything to boost his power, pushed him beyond his limits, but it wasn't enough. And time was running out. He was aging, his mortal body growing weaker with time. You feared he would die before surpassing you. You feared that even before he could take over, the Omni King would erase everything, and you'd lose your one chance to escape. You had gambled everything on this one plan, and it was failing. Until it happened. At the very end, when all hope seemed lost, he finally did it. He surpassed your power. Not by much, just a few units, but it was enough. Enough to replace you, enough to free you, enough to end your eternity of suffering, enough for you to finally stop being a god of destruction and die as a mortal. Years has passed since the other world became your home. You are finally free. You are with your family again. You are happy, or at least you should be. But deep inside your heart, there is a fear you can never escape. Because of the years you neglected your duties, because of the weak, unworthy God you left in charge, your universe is now the lowest ranking, and it could be erased at any moment. You may have freed yourself, but in doing so, you doomed your universe. And the worst part, once you were a hero. You brought light, hope and salvation. Now, you are the reason your universe is in chaos. You are the reason it will soon be erased.